Hey guys, Joe here, and we are taking a look at an AREX today, here on the Jiminy Show. If you're new to the channel, thanks for checking it out. I really appreciate it. Maybe consider getting subscribed down below. All that good jazz about affiliate links and whatnot, and look down there in the description. And yeah, you'll help the channel grow so I can keep checking out cool ass stuff like this. This pistol is on loan from Liberty Arms. They're in Harrisonburg, Virginia. Google it. I can't put the link in the description, otherwise they'll instantly demonetize it. But that allows me to take a look at stuff like this. A lot of calls out of Florida. Really weird. Anyway, this is the AREX Rex 1T for tactical, or just says TAC. It has an MSRP of $870. They're selling it for $769. To me, that seems to be a pretty fair price on a pretty cool pistol. Let's go ahead and safety check it before we keep going. Drop that mag. Open the slide, lock it back, visually check, physically check. We are clear, so we can go ahead and drop the slide as well as decock the AREX Rex 1 Tactical. Excuse me, a lot of words and letters and numbers and alphanumerics. This one is basically, especially when you look at this side, a SIG. It's very reminiscent of a 226, which is a double stack 9 as well. This one obviously has a extended mag on it, so these are 18 plus 1, so 18 in the mag, 1 in the chamber. So 18 rounders, really nice. You get 2 of them in the box. Let's take a look at the box before we get into the gun. Here you have some plates, because yes, this is an optics ready firearm, as well as tools for changing out said plates. Under here you have your manual and your gun lock, which is standard on all firearms these days. And we can go ahead and get rid of the box. Ships in a standard, non-lockable actually. Where is it? Technically you could lock it, but that's not a good spot to lock it. It's very thin. And take a better look at the pistol. This one's got a really nice finish. It's kind of a burnt bronze metallic. We've gotten a bunch of ARs chambered in 300 blackout that were this exact same design. This pistol is designed with a tactical design in mind, so it does have a threaded barrel, so you can run a suppressor. It has suppressor height sights, and with the optics cutout, if you get the right optics, you can co-witness with an optic, which is really cool. Taking a look at the outside of it, you can see it has the standard SIG style takedown. It also has a standard SIG style decocker. So if the gun is cocked, you can safely decock it with one in the chamber. Being a double action to single action, that is technically the safest way to carry this firearm. But because it also has an ambidextrous manual safety, you could cock it and lock it, which will give you a single action trigger when you need it. We'll talk about the trigger in a second. The optics plate is quite narrow, and it does have a couple of screws there that you take out with the supplied screws. The sights, again, are suppressor height, and they're flat fronted here to, 1, aid with the optics, and 2, it allows you to manipulate the slide with your belt, the side of a desk, the side of a helmet, with the skull bone of your enemies. That last one is not actually supported. Has a 1913 pick rail and a flat front to the trigger guard, so that you can go ahead and mount your lights, lasers, bazookas, and etc. It has vertical striations, both front and back strap, which I really don't care about. They should be horizontal. Vertical does not work as well. These grips look to be nice, but they're actually a lot softer than you'd expect. They are a G10 material, but this is a kind of a hexagonal design in there, and they're extremely flat. You can see there's no texture to it. So if they had actually done like a really good stipple job on these grips, you'd probably be good to go in that respect. I'm sure there are other grips available nowadays. This is, again, ambidextrous safety, both sides, but the slide lock decocker is only on this side, and the takedown is only on this side. The magazine release is ambidextrous as well, though. I was surprised when I saw that. Has rear and forward slide serrations, and they are quite definite. I do like them. This, as I said, is a double action to single action pistol. What that means is this gun will start in double action. I put a price tag behind it so you can see the trigger as I manipulate it. In double action, it's a very heavy pull because when you pull the trigger, you're actually cocking the hammer. As you can see it move there. It's a very heavy pull and it comes all the way back before it goes. Subsequent shots will be in single action, which is the hammer back and the trigger much farther back. You can see the take up is much shorter and the feel is much lighter as well because you aren't cocking a hammer at the same time. The reset is very short because that's launching you right into single action. So bip, bap. Versus double action where the reset is bap. It's a nice pull. It's not too heavy. It's probably 9 pounds, 8.5, 9 pounds there, and probably at about 4 pounds in single action mode. So overall, it's a very, very good feel. The only thing that personally I'm faulting on the gun so far is these grips, and I'm sure you can change those out for something else. Sorry, it's a glaring mistake on this firearm, and I won't apologize for it because, yeah, literally no grip. Let's go ahead and take it apart, shall we? In order to do that, let's go ahead and bring the slide back, lock it in the open position. We will do another check. It looks clear to me, feels clear to me. All right, drop the slide. Actually, we aren't going to do that. We're going to pull it all the way back again to the takedown. SIGs take down the exact same way. You bring it back until the thingamajigger, which I'm going to call the thingamajigger, the takedown lever, is in the down position. At that point, it's not exactly the most graceful method of taking it apart, but it comes apart just like any other SIG style firearm. And again, I keep comparing it to the SIG because the SIG is the gun it is the most like. When you have a threaded barreled gun, you are going to have to take off the thread protector. You have to do that in order to get the barrel to fit through the top of the slide. Just, you know, don't mess up the threads. The recoil spring is not captive, so be careful. I just noticed that when taking it off. However, it's a nice tight fit. The guide rod doesn't just fall out, and it is metal, so that's good. Once you've done that, you just drop your barrel into a downward position and pull it out. As you can see, it's a standard breech lock style with a Browning style tilt action. This one is a little bit more aggressive in the cam profile, but it works exactly the same. Taking a look at the inside of the slide, it's very nicely finished. No extraneous wear that I can see, and it looks like they took out a little extra material to lighten it, and probably to make so that the weights were more similar between the front and the back because the optics cut out. You'll also see they made some extra lightning cuts in here to reduce weight there as well. And there's your drop safety. In a pretty different move, actually, I just noticed this. The extractor is internally mounted. It actually goes in right there, and it has a pin that goes into right there. So that is a different style from the SIG for sure. You can just see the edge of the extractor right there. It's kind of hard to see, but it's in there. See it? Yeah, good. Overall, pretty good finish though. Taking a look at the frame. Being an all-metal gun, sorry, I forgot to mention that, this is an alloy frame. And it has pretty generous rails on the front, and then it has rails that continue back here behind where the magazine goes. Pretty standard otherwise. Drop safety right here, which activates when you pull the trigger, and your release for the hammer itself. Overall fit and finish appears to be just as nice on the frame. So there you go. Take those parts off and you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 major parts for the field strip of this gun. If it wasn't a threaded protector, it'd be 4. Well, if you don't count that as 2 pieces, because it's nice and tightly fit, I'm not going to. In order to put it back together, we will just reverse the process. So take your barrel, slide it in. Again, be careful not to damage your threads. I know it sounds dumb, but if you're too aggressive with your reassembly, who knows, you might be able to damage them. Go ahead and start your thread protector back on. Remember kids, it's righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. There we go. Take your guide rod. This end was sitting back here on the pedestal. I guess that's formed by the lower lockup system. Oh, spring's a little bit tight, but we'll get her in there. There you go. Make sure that the spring is straight across, otherwise this gun may not go back together the right way. Make sure your takedown lever is in the down position. SIG style firearms, as I'll refer to them, are pretty easy when it comes to reassembly. You just bring the frame and slide together. This being a full-length guide rail makes it even easier. Bring it back, just rack the gun. The takedown lever will go back into place on its own. Rack it a couple times, make sure you're back in function. Yep, yep, yep. One thing I didn't notice previously until just now is actually with these magazines being a flush fit for the release, not real easy to get them to come out. They don't drop free, so it's a good thing these base pads have a little bit of a grip there so you can actually grab them and strip them out. I wish this was a little bit more proud, stuck up a little bit farther, like on race guns, or even more of a sporting style gun, which this technically is. Why worry about that sticking out when you have giant friggin' sights is beyond me. Speaking of the sights real quick, it is a 3-dot arrangement. Again, pretty easy to pick up, and if you can get a optic that can co-witness, you'd actually have a really nice picture there. So that is the AREX Zero 1 Tactical. Long name, pretty cool pistol. You should definitely check one out if you can. They have this one and a regular standard black one in stock. If you have the opportunity, give them a call down at Liberty Arms in Harrisonburg, Virginia. Tell them that you saw the gun on the Jiminy show and you wanted to get more information. I can't tell you what's going to be perfect for you. I know that it looks and feels really nice, but I don't know what your hands are like. I don't know what your personal preferences are like. Other than the grips, I think it's really cool. Maybe some Talon grips would make that a little bit better. Other than that, the gun has potential. So give them a call. Tell them I sent you. Tell them that you want this firearm transferred to your FFL if you're out of state. And yeah, that's about it. So check out my Amazon affiliate links. Help the channel grow. Help them give me more guns to check out. And as always, I'll talk to you later.